Welcome back once again. This is the Wagon Shop, Engels Coach here in Joliet, Montana. And I'm continuing to work on this two-seat extension top for this two-seat buggy we're restoring. Now the process for me of working on tops and learning how they go together has really been a long drawn out process, and in a lot of ways kind of a painful process. I haven't found a lot of material out there on how this works. So this has been a process of me studying old original tops and trying to figure out how to duplicate that process. Now there is a book that I ran across years and years ago on this restoring auto tops. It's called Top Work, and I have found that it has been helpful. It is designed and really geared toward automobile early tops, but I have gleaned different pieces here and there combined with studying old tops, and I've found some useful things that hopefully I can include in this video when I'm putting the mechanics of a top together. The fundamentals are kind of there between a two-seat top and a single seat, and there's 3 bows, 2.5 bow, 4 bow. There's all different styles of tops. And they're all fitted individually to their own different buggy or to the buggy seat. Now I mentioned in a past video that they are not interchangeable. They are all custom made buggy to buggy. Now if this had been a buggy in a production line and all buggies were made the same of this particular style, then of course buggy tops would have been interchangeable between those buggies and that manufacturer. But where I run through such a variety of buggies that come in, to take a buggy top off of a McLaughlin buggy and try to put it onto a Studebaker buggy, it just doesn't work. So all my tops are custom fit. So anyway, this is kind of the basic schematic for a two-seat buggy top that I used to help me remember the different dimensions on how a top frame goes together. Now when you change any of the 4 attachment points in either width or height or distance from each other, it changes the whole fundamentals of how the top upholstery goes together. So the best for me is to actually have the buggy here, like this one, that I can build the top to it, and then I'll upholster it actually assembled onto the buggy itself. Now when I get requests to repair or restore tops without the buggy, it becomes a very difficult thing, though not impossible, but I have to have exacting measurements of just where all these attachment points are, because you change any of those and that changes how well the top fabric lays onto the framework itself. So anyway, this is kind of the process of how I go through to put the mechanics of a framework together, and this is how this top will come together on this buggy. Now I had these set of 4 bows sitting back on the shelf in the back room that were just the right size, so I'm going to use these. They are a little bit irregular. I don't know that I bent these bows. This handwriting of the 47 is not my handwriting. So I'm thinking they are some bows that I had inventoried from the past. But irregardless, when you bend wood, it doesn't always come out exact. So this is not uncommon, whether I bent them or somebody else did, that I have to make some adjustments on the curvature in the corner of these bows. And I'm going to have to do that on this set of bows also. So I realize that there will be very few of you who watch this video that will ever put a top together. But I am finding that there are a few of you out there that are watching these videos solely for the purpose of learning how this goes together because you have that interest or perhaps you have your own buggy. So I know you are few, but the goal is to make this information available to you to where you can see the fundamentals of how all this works. So for the rest of you, it's just for pure entertainment purposes, and I appreciate you watching there. But for those of you that are actually going to do some of this work, I hope that also is beneficial. So for whatever camp you're in, I appreciate you following along, and once again, thanks for watching.